So let's talk a little bit about the hows and whys of exit interviews. Now, I talk to a lot of small business owners that are kind of like, once somebody turns in their resignation letter, I'm kind of done with them. Like, I don't want to hear from them. I'm mad at them, or I'm just disappointed. But if we use exit interviews, it can mine incredible information that we can use later. So let's talk about what kind of information it can mine. Well, one, it can kind of tell you why they left. Because in many cases, during the process of leaving, they're not going to really tell you the truth. But after they leave, they might tell a third-party person more of the truth. And you want to know. Sometimes we want to put our head in the sand and not really know what's going on in our company. But for those companies that do know what's going on, they know how to fix some things. But they also know what's going well at their company. So one, we need to find out why they left. And if there's something that we need to know to fix, that's a good opportunity to do it. Number two, it's really important that they get an opportunity to vent after they leave, because oftentimes the relationship we have with our employees, whether and how they leave, and if we are gracious as they leave, they talk to other people in the industry about whether they would want to come to work for you. So we always say leave well if you're an employee, but we also say make sure that you're gracious as an employer when somebody is leaving. So again, this gives an opportunity for them to say what's on their mind. If they don't want to say anything, that's fine too. But it does give them an opportunity that we feel like we're saying what you have to say is important even after you've decided to quit. One of the things you might find out is that a leader that they've had is so super that they've loved the leader, and that's the thing that they're going to miss the most. And you'll know that about the leader. Or conversely, you may find out that that leader is not such a great leader, and that might be a really good thing for you to know. You might talk to them about how was the onboarding when you came on? How were things that we did around the company to retain people? How did you like our benefits? Did we train you sufficiently? Are there any deficiencies that you see that if you were trying to make our company successful, that you would tell me about going forward? And these items oftentimes are gold for us. And so make sure that you're asking those questions. It also allows us to really partner with them to say, hey, we are so glad that you have worked for years at our company and you did such a great job with us. If you run into anybody that you think would be a good fit for us as an employee, we would love for you to send them our way because we trust you. Again, this is great goodwill. Not only for possible future hires, because they may know somebody, but also for just making sure that they know that you appreciated them while they were there. I ask 3 questions sometimes. I ask what was going well, what wasn't going well, and if you were king for the day, what would you do at the company? And oftentimes, just those questions, they bring in so much great information. So when should you do an exit interview? Now that you know that you should do one. One, you should do it with everybody. So don't just do it on the ones that you think there's a problem with. So because you want to show that we're not just picking and choosing. So you make a decision that as of July 1, we're doing exit interviews. So everybody gets an exit interview. And that way it doesn't seem targeted. And so when you do them after their last day. So it would be nice if somebody like a third party does them. We do them for a lot of companies, but you can get a friend, a business coach, somebody like that of your company to do them that knows is skilled a little bit in how to do them, because I think we have determined that they really talk better to somebody who might be a third party. You don't really want to do that as the CEO or the HR leader in the company, because in many cases they are going to couch their answers. They're probably not going to give you the whole truth where they would give truth to somebody who is an outsider or a third party. So use a third party. Either a paid third party or, a business coach or somebody you already have. Make sure that you do it after they leave and tell them that it's going to happen. They, of course, don't have to do it, but you want them to do it. And then make sure that they know that the answers that they give will be given back to the CEOs because there's no use doing this if we're not keeping it confidential. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing it. So if they have anything confidential to talk about, they could tell that third party person that, although that's kind of not the point. But anyway, do some exit interviews. You're going to get great intel. It doesn't cost much money. And retention is our key, right? Retention is the key. And also creating a great company. So if we ask the people that are leaving what was going well, what wasn't going well, and what they would change, we're going to have greater information to run our companies.